Knockout Legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So, I was just thinking about something, and I came across this Boxing King media interview, and there's a little insert of it, and I just wanted to play the clip and then unpack some stuff afterwards. And then there's another clip as well from a TalkSport interview with Adam Catterall. So I'm going to play both clips back to back and then give you my opinion on what I think. So with no further ado.
In a predicament at some point where if AJ fights Tyson, you may have to lead the corner. It's business and it's boxing. From a common sense point of view, I'm assuming there's no issue with that.
It's a hypothetical conversation, isn't it? Because we're a million miles away from that happening. So at the minute, it's not even on the radar. It's not even something to think about because it's a million miles away. There's 2 fights with Fury and Usyk, and AJ's got other tasks ahead, so that's the focus at the minute.
Then propel himself into a summer showdown with Filip Hrgović for a vacant IBF world title. He will win that. And then, at the end of the year, the winner of the Fury-Usyk situation, because there's going to be 2 fights, one's in February, next one will probably be maybe around August, September.
Yeah.
The winner of that double fight will then hold 3 of the championship belts. AJ will have the other one. Do you want to do another undisputed fight at the end of the year? If it's Tyson Fury that is the man that is holding those belts, him versus Anthony Joshua then all of a sudden becomes the biggest fight of a generation.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
That is how this is going to play out. That is how I think this now navigates itself. So for anybody coming at me saying, well, you weren't consistent here, you were saying that when Tyson Fury fought Francis Ngannou, it was a joke. It was. I stand by that. It was a joke. Now, this, because the game has completely changed over this last 6 months, it has now set up a perfect narrative for Anthony Joshua to go and do what Tyson Fury couldn't do and point himself in the direction of becoming world champion again, of which then sets himself up a showdown with Fury, maybe at the end of next year, for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
Looks like Ben Davison will be training Joshua. Just your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's a very good move. I think it's good for AJ because he's only local, and I think it's a good move. Good move.
So from the clip right there, we get a few things. There's 3 clips. The first clip is by Boxing King Media, and he's asking Ben Davison, what will he do if Joshua has to fight Fury? Now, he avoids the question and doesn't really answer it and goes around the houses. But you can tell he's squirming because he knows if Tyson comes back round and asks him for information, he more than likely will give it. And how do we know if he's not giving him the information at the moment? You could be feeding him information. And also vice versa. You could be feeding Joshua information about Fury. So in a sense, that cancels each thing out. Anyway, so I don't think there's any kind of shady practice going on here. It's just the way he is, his body language. He always seems uncomfortable when it comes to Tyson. But anyway, moving on to the TalkSport interview with Adam Catterall. I think Adam Catterall is an AJ fan, and I think he's warming up more to the idea of pissing off Fury fans, because when he mentions the whole build up to the second undisputed fight with AJ and Fury, and based off the Ngannou fight and then the 2 Fury and Usyk fights, you can see he's excited. And then when he's mentioning and justifying, well, wait a minute, he said the Ngannou versus Fury fight was rubbish, but then he explains the reasoning why. We see what Ngannou can do now. He's had a fight. He's not a novice. You know, based off public perception, he more or less beat Tyson Fury, and if he didn't, he humiliated him. So it's kind of like, I think he's happy for Joshua to go ahead and fight Ngannou, but not just for the sake of pissing off the Fury fans, but I think it's more for the sake of boxing fans. We need to kind of get our pride back, because an MMA fighter upset the apple cart and made boxing look weak. And there's this thing with MMA and boxing where a lot of MMA guys don't really rate it as a skill and rate boxers as a skill, and rate boxing in itself, like against an MMA guy, say they get destroyed straight away. But when the fundamentals for MMA includes boxing, and it's one of the core fundamental things that you use, because a lot of people like the stand-up game. But anyway, moving on to the Tyson Fury clip, he gets asked the question, is if Ben working with AJ is a good thing? And he just adamantly says, yeah. So maybe he knows something we don't know. And he deadpan says it. He's not hating. You know, he seems genuine. And he just seems like, well, yeah, good for them. Good for AJ. Rare. One thing I do like about Fury is, apart from the hype train and the media and like the playing to the crowd, and he knows how to market a fight and knows how to put a fight together and knows what components work with what other components to sell a fight. When you ask him certain questions, he does give honest answers, especially when he's not up or down. He's just like on a calm, medium level. But you know when Fury's like up or down, his octave changes and his demeanour changes. So, you know, but that's one thing I do actually like about him. But like obviously the highs and then the lows, that's to do with his bipolar. But anyway, moving on to my conclusion, I get the sense that if Fury knows something that we don't, then he's keeping it close to his chest. And him and Ben are still good friends, so I think it's more in Fury's favour that Joshua does train with Ben and he gets to know more about his tactics, so it's going to be an advantage for Fury. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe, and I must say, stress, please like, comment and subscribe, because if you don't, the videos get lost in the wayside in the algorithm, and it's kind of like a waste of time in making the videos. Anyway, so that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.